Okay, Dorinda.
I'm a designer if I'm going to read people today.
That's what I said.
You can't read people at Tarjay, honey.
This is our fight night, y'all. We are live. Hey, everybody. Go ahead and get into this. Let's get warmed up. Let's get into the mood, okay? Now, all I want to see in the chat are teacups and boxing gloves. Come on, y'all. That's it. Fight night.
I love it. Fight night, fight night. I wore some pearls so I can clutch my pearls.
You ready for fight night?
Yes.
Ready for fight night? All right, y'all. Woo, child, I'm all ready to go. I feel all hot on the inside too.
Honey, I'm hot. I'm spraying myself. I'm hot. Woo! Steamy.
And boxing gloves. That's right. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. I'm your girl, Monica, along with my fabulous co-host, the beautiful Monique Kelly, the hilarious Amir, yes, the man with the master plan that gets the party started, DJ Richie
We
Scott.
in the building.
Mm-hmm. And we got John joining us today, but he's running a little late, but he'll be here. All right, y'all. Today we are recapping.
John is such a diva. He put that wig on and became Ramona Singer. Ramona, you're late.
Ramona. He always has to make an entrance. That John, I'll tell you. So today we are recapping The Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm calling this episode Fight Night. It was a TKO. Monique, yeah, that's what it was. Monique is Mike Tyson and Candiace is Spinks in 1988. It was a total knockout. Okay.
Or she's Tyra Banks, honey, with that forehead.
Let's get into it.
A website called All About the Tea.
She told All About the Tea that during the fight,
all right, y'all, let's just get right into it. I'm gonna cut to the chase. This week's episode picks right back up where we left off. Monique and Candiace going back and forth. And Candiace starts pointing her fingers in Monique's face. Monique issues 4, y'all count up 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, warnings. She warned her. She said, get your hands out my face 4 times. Get your hands out my face. At that point, Candiace utters her last words.
Hey, Monica, you're so
Her last words. You gonna drag me? They both start flicking each other's hair, and Monique asks her, "You want me to?" But before Candiace can respond, Giselle pushes Monique's shoulder. Did you guys pick up on that?
I couldn't tell it was Giselle or Rob, and I knew it was one of them.
That was Giselle.
I saw those metallic nails are always gonna be Giselle's.
Yeah. So she actually pushes Monique at the same time Candiace reaches across the table. So Monique thinking Candiace pushed her, and then here's the rumble in the jungle, okay? Monique then actually grabs Candiace's hair with her right hand. Candiace hits Monique with the glass at the same time Monique grabbed her with her left hand. Candiace is flaring the glass around and it cuts Monique in the mouth. Monique then punched Candiace twice. Then she hand slapped her on the back of the head 3 times. And Monique continued to hold her down as Candiace continued to throw glass. Now I have videotape. Shall we roll it?
Roll that sucker. I've been looking forward to this. Remember, Monica, I was texting you last night. I couldn't even
Oh, you sure?
Me too.
You too.
That is some strong gots to be glue.
Child.
Honey, That was from Basketball Wives.
Quiet as it's kept, the wig was the MVP of the episode.
Yes, it was.
What kind of glue
Didn't move.
What kind of glue holds a wig down like that?
I mean, wow.
What the
Horse glue, honey. Horse glue.
hell? Monique got that death grip. When she holds it, when she sticks them, child, she's not letting go.
But she was calm the whole time. She was like, she wasn't yelling. She was like, just like chill.
That was a little scary. That was scary. Like that Monique was so calm. That was scary.
Yeah.
Clip.
Candiace could have sliced at least 5 faces. She could have sliced 5 faces with that glass. That was like,
I know. Very dangerous. Yeah. I'm surprised more people didn't get hurt. And you can always tell who lost the fight, right? It's always the loudest person. The winner is always in the corner someplace smoking a cigarette like, what's next?
side note,
So
though,
true.
those producers were cutie pies. The producers,
I know.
they look good. I was like,
They
ooh.
were. They were. So production separates the ladies. Monique is placed in the stairwell while Candiace is in the barn screaming, "Ratchet, ghetto bitch." And what we don't see that trick, when Monique's in the stairwell and she's like, let me out. What we don't see is that Candiace was actually screaming, she's fired, right? She kept screaming that. So when she started screaming that, Monique was like, let me just go ahead and finish the job. Let me out of here. That's why she was trying to go back at Candiace and get with her.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
And
Hi, John.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, John.
I was just in the area. I heard you guys were filming, so I thought I'd pop on.
Hey, Brandy.
Hey.
Brandy. You look good in a hat, Brandy.
I could pull out the blonde wing to be Brandy, too. Just FYI on that one if needed.
We know.
So in Monique's moment, she's thinking she's fired. So she's like, you know what? I might as well go ahead and finish the job. By the time Monique makes it back outside, Candiace is already on her way home, crying on the phone to Chris, playing victim. She's telling Chris she doesn't understand why Monique was coming at her crazy. Huh? Girl, please, okay? Let's sound off on that. Let's just sound off on the fight, the aftermath, the car rides home. Let's talk about it. Monique, let's start.
Oh my God, where do I start? I think I have carpal tunnel from texting you so much last night. So the first thing, remember I told y'all a few shows ago, that I can run my mouth, okay? But I don't know how to fight. So when you know you cannot fight, you have to know when to shut the F up, okay? Now, for you to get in someone's face and keep saying, drag me for the second time from last year, that's a problem. Number 2, the real people who needed to get their ass kicked was Robin and Giselle, because Robin, if you look, was standing in the background laughing. Giselle pushed her. And then the whole glass situation, this woman has attacked people with a knife last season. Now a glass. Monique was using her hands. And the whole situation, I could go on. I don't want to take it away from my co-host, but that's what I'm going to start with. I'm sure my boys are going to say something else, so I'm going to leave it to y'all, booze.
Richie, dive into it.
I mean, to me, it's just like if you know you don't have hands, if you know you got all talk and no actual action behind it, then you should probably not say anything and not get up in people's faces and not provoke people. I've been saying that time and time again. I said it last year when she was going at Ashley extra hard while Ashley was giving birth. It's those types of instances that lead people to if you keep calling, somebody's going to answer. Okay. And last night, Monique answered. Bottom line. And I noticed that a lot of people were kind of like upset that Monique went back in to try to go back and get her. And I just want to know if has anybody in the chat or on the panel ever been in an actual fight?
Yeah.
Hell no.
I had two hands, both, several fights actually.
Okay. Now I ain't in my fighting days no more. But you know, back in the day, when you in that moment, like nothing can calm you down.
No.
And you're not gonna be calm about it probably until like a day or two later.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And you're not gonna regret it.
Arguing with you.
Yeah, you're not gonna regret it. That's the realistic aspect of being in a physical altercation.
Exactly.
And that's just real. And this is not for reality television. This is what it is. So I feel like Candiace was doing what she does, which is sort of being the antagonizer in that situation, which of course, a reality TV villain, that's cool. I can take that, right? But you gotta be able to back up what you're saying and doing if you're gonna take that route.
Yep. John, what are your thoughts?
I kind of agree with Richie. You know, it is a reality TV show, but at the same time, when you're being attacked and provoked, and you know, you're going to act out. And listen, if I were Monique, I would have gone out the side door and come running after her again too. Like that's what I would have done. You know, like when people keep attacking you and like, you know, they just want you to act. Like, so what is it then? So then you act, and then look what happened. So. I mean, I don't blame Monique. I mean, I would have, you know, Monique had more patience than I would have. I would have snatched her hair a lot quicker if it were me. So there you go. That's my thought.
Amir, sound off.
I think this is the really classic example of the lesser of two evils. Nobody is right. Nobody is better or worse. I think that they are both wrong. We're not like children. We get it. But when it comes to what Richie said about the rules of fighting, my dad always said, he's like, we have good lawyers. If you get in a fight, you better finish the fight. So that's where I'm at. And that's what lawyers are there for. And, you know, Candiace, like Richie said, has provoked her and she's playing that victim really well. But at the end of the day, hands were put on her. It's not right. But, you know, I think it just seems really shocking in Real Housewives because I watch a lot of Basketball Wives and Bad Girls Club and other shows like that. And it's kind of normal. It's like kind of normal. Like when they don't fight, you're almost like, wait, what? So I think I think within the Housewives franchise, and Wendy Williams said it really well. She said that like this fighting is kind of beneath the Real Housewives franchise when she was on Andy Cohen. So I was like, okay, that kind of made sense to me that it's a little beneath the franchise to kind of go there, but they went there.
But can I respond to that just a little bit though? I mean, was it beneath everybody when Joe Gorga and the Gorgas were dragging everybody through the christening?
Exactly.
You know, when Tamra Judge was tossing the wine at Gina, you know what I'm saying?
What about Jennifer with the wine glass with Melissa Gorga?
Absolutely. Like, it's just like, I think the thing that's so different about this one is that Bravo actually let us see it all.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Richie, I'm going to have to agree with you on that. I mean, when you look at these other franchises, they have gotten into tussles as well. But when it comes to, in my opinion, from what I've seen sitting in my chair, when it comes to Black women, it seems a different lens is placed on them. And they get critiqued and criticized more. And then you have idiots like Candiace making idiotic statements in the car like, we're Black women, you know, we're above this, and we shouldn't. You're human first, right? You're human. Everybody fights.
Right. You're absolutely right, Monica. I think Wendy's comment pissed me off the worst. When she was talking to her daughter and said, we're better than this, and I would never, and I'm a strong Black woman. I was like, you can just sit all the way down. Why are you judging them? You don't even know them.
She's full of shit, and you're going to find out soon how much full of shit she is. Okay, because I got the tea on her too, but I'm not going to talk about her on this episode. But she's full of shit, okay? Because she co-signed that fight. But we're going to get into that at another time, at a later date.
What about Danielle and Margaret with the ponytail?
Yeah,
that's exactly why I brought up those instances.
No stigma placed on them about fighting on the Housewives. It was fun. It was comical. We loved it. You were either Team Margaret or Team Danielle.
Yeah, absolutely. Richie, you're absolutely right. Richie, you're right. I'm eating crow. Let me find some crow because I'm eating it. And you're absolutely right.
My take on it is this. Don't write checks your ass can't cash.
Don't do it.
Run up, you get done up. You go in somebody's face like that, you're going to get dragged. I mean, it's just, and you're taunting them. And then you have Giselle, who actually started the fight, pushing Monique And then her and Robin are off to the side laughing about it.
Laughing.
In the tussle of it, Karen was right by Monique's side trying to separate them. Even crazy ass Wendy, who had a PTSD moment at the end because she was just screaming, "Stop it! Stop!" So clearly she has endured some sort of violence in her life because she couldn't take it. She was going crazy. But those two, Robin didn't even touch anybody. She was just off to the side. And if you go back and rewind and look at what Giselle was doing, she was just pretty much laughing and pretending like she was trying to separate the two, but she wasn't.
So
that pissed me off. Yes, Candiace Candiace is the main reason those two fought, because had she handled it differently and she wasn't taunting and all these things. But when I think of Candiace, I think of a 15-year-old. And I'm not trying to make any excuses for her, but mentally, she's not mature. She's not there. And I wouldn't be shocked if Robin and Giselle put her up to that whole performance that she did in the barnyard. They egged her on, they hyped her up. And when she got there, she was ready to perform. And Monique was not having it. She wasn't.
Absolutely. Monica, I just want to address a couple people in the chat are saying that we're delusional. I'd like y'all to be specific. What are we being delusional about? I want to clear that up.
Well, here's a comment from Z Boards. It says, "How was that a fight? Monique snapped and jumped her. Candiace was saying all that because Monique had no reason to put her hands on Candiace. She was pointing a baton in her face. It was words. So what? Words do affect people. They're human. They affect people, Yeah.
Right. Of course they do. Of course, remember when they said Monique was a drunk? Those words are pretty tough. Like, those words are tough to get past.
Absolutely. They're all human. They have adrenaline pumping through their veins. They had, a glass of wine or two. And the tension between those two girls was there. Once Candiace started,
and there's cameras. Monica, remember, there's cameras too. Like, I think sometimes we forget the cameras also heighten everything, right? If you're excited, you're more excited. If you're angry, you're more angry. So I feel like the cameras have an effect as well.
They do.
Yeah. So Robin says, so Monique's in the stairwell and she runs back outside, and inside is Robin, and she says Monique has a problem. And Karen immediately accuses Robin of throwing Monique under the bus before, she sprints off to go check on Monique, which I thought was really nice. That's what a friend does. Let me in. I'm going to go check on my friend.
Oh, my God. That gave me chills, Monica. Like, the way that Karen looked out for her friend. First of all, Karen looked so fabulous in that Fendi cape running around. Like, she looked better. That's a side note. But the way she looked out for her friend was... I've always loved her, but this took it to another level. I mean, she was trying to get in there, and I can only imagine what she was probably saying to Monique when she was trying to pull her off. I imagine her being like, "Baby, come on, baby, you're better than this, baby, come on." Like, I can picture that like motherly tone setting coming in.
Mm-hmm. She was the MVP of the episode. Absolutely, Karen took it away.
Mm-hmm. Richie, what are your thoughts?
I was just looking at this comment right here. Of course, I love that Fendi cape, though. This comment right here, though, says, "But why Mo only impatient with Candiace? She should have been swung on Giselle." I mean, to me, it would seem as though people are mixing apples and oranges here. The issue with Candiace was that Candiace was actively, in her face. Giselle is never going to get in anybody's face.
Exactly.
Giselle, I mean, as much as
she's too smart.
Can love or hate Giselle is very smart, and she really makes she is a practiced first lady.
Yeah, that's a good point, Richie. You just
amen.
She's never going to do that.
Giselle was.
She wants all her checks. She wants all these checks. She's on Bravo chat room. She wants to be the face of Potomac, and she is. Whether or not we like her fashion, she's going to get the coin over all these other ladies.
Yeah.
Because she knows how to play the game. And that's smart, and that's how you become an OG of a Housewives franchise. That's by playing the game correctly. Because it is a machine, like Bethany said. It's a machine. You have to be a cog. You have to learn how to play within the machine. And, Candiace does not know how to play within the machine. And she dragged Monique from an OG position because now that her career is tainted, it has that fight on it. Do you see what I'm saying? And when you have some racist producers in these rooms, honey, I've been in these rooms, They think I'm white and they say some really racial things. Believe me.
I believe it.
I will spill that tea one day, honey, when I get my own shit together first.
You need to write a book.
That happens a lot more than people realize it. Realize. Again, Giselle is not going to be in Monique's face. She's not stupid. She knows she can get her ass beat. So she only takes it so far. She'll talk behind your back, okay? But she's not going to get in your face, which is what caused this whole fight, is Candiace taking it to another level, getting in Monique's face, and it was on and popping from there, you know?
And Will Jay has a good point, Monica. He said, I can't see. The difference between Giselle and Candiace is Candiace was her friend and there was a betrayal. So I think there was more emotion there. And I feel like Will Jay is right about that.
Absolutely. And Monique, we have to stop the should, would, could. Stop that. Stop saying Monique shouldn't have done that. Monique should have done this. She did what she did in the moment, and you don't know, you've not walked in her feet. You don't know what it's like to be married to someone like Chris, who's wonderful, but has a huge personality and a huge career, and she's in his shadow. So she stepped out of his shadow, and it's hard. So just give her a break. I know I'm not condoning physical violence, but I'm saying stop saying she shouldn't have done this. She's an embarrassing Black woman. I don't know.
Please.
Can we talk about the embarrassing Black woman foolery?
Cut it out. Cut it out. It's like the same thing with the Black on Black crime. It does not exist. It's crime, period. Crime happens
of people holding us to a different standard. All housewives act just as ignorant. And for her to go straight to, we are Black when we are better than this. You weren't better than that when you had a butter knife in their face. You weren't better than that when they tried to ruin a Black family with a lie. So let's not go into Black woman foolishness. I'm over that foolishness. I went to an
it's mind game. Yeah, it's a mind game. Singe, thank you so much for the super chat. He says Robin was acting like a middle schooler who saw hands fly for the first time. Oh goodness, yes she was.
Robin stays out of stuff, so it makes sense that she would stay out of the fight. She would be snickering with Giselle, but she stays out of things. I mean, listen, I give her kudos for being able to stay this long, because what's her storyline? Is she going to marry Juan or not? That's it. There's no other storyline.
There is no other storyline. There isn't.
I mean, Juan is great, and I'm sure, honey, that's exactly what Michael Darby wanted. So, listen, I'm not mad. I ain't mad at it.
Stephanie,
I said what I said.
Stephanie, for you, thank you so much for the super chat. She says Candiace got her request granted. Yes, ma'am, she sure did. She sure did.
Don't ask for it. You ask for, your hair to get rearranged. Monique will do it, honey.
Oh,
put
she
that
will.
glue in, girl.
Hey guys, should we check on our folks? Let's check. Let's see how many teacups we got in the building with us today.
Roll call.
We live, right? Let's go.
It's the roll call. It's the roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. We wanna hear what you got to say. Who's on live with Richie, Monique, down in Monica today? It's the roll call, roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. 'Cause we wanna hear what you got to say. Who's on live with Richie, Monique, down in Monica today? Who on live with us right now? Tap in, drop an emoji if you know you bout that action. Gotta go get it, ain't no time for relaxing. My family gotta eat, so I'm bringing all them racks in. She wanna get managed. Say no more, your ex is granted. No handlebars, watch me handle it. No pillow talking, don't be scandalous.
All right, y'all, we got a full house today. Schoolboy, I see you. Daphne from 37 on, Medea, Jamal, Miss T, Heidi Black, Shan in the van, Sweet Cookie in the building, Christina, Nurse Monique, Jacqueline H, High Vibe, TW, Tara, I am Rachel, B, Strokes Styling, Atalia, Lynn Farage, Susie Weber, oh my gosh, The list goes on and on. Natalie, welcome all. Thank you for joining us today for our fight night. Our fight night. Hey.
I feel so butch. Fight night. I love it. I feel so butch.
You say I feel so butch, but like then you have like the bandana in your hair, like that's like
pearl
right there.
Oh God, you guys, I made this laugh today.
So good.
Hey, Monica, Brandy Hillman said, didn't Robin almost fight Monique and Ashley?
She sure did. We'll get to that. We have video footage of it. Yes.
Girl. I hate to keep kicking a dead horse, but I want to make it very clear because we're getting a lot of chats about that we think it's right. Nobody thinks it's right. We're discussing what happened. It's not about right or wrong right now. It's about discussing the facts and us giving our opinions. Thank you.
And can I say, I have like fresh eyes on this. I never really watched Potomac all that much. I'm trying to catch up real quick. So like, even like I'm seeing like what you guys are saying, and I'm like, I'm not really as well versed on this show as the rest of you. That's why I'm like usually not on Potomac with you guys, because you know a whole lot more than I do. But like, everything you guys have been saying has been making sense because I watch it. I'm like, well, they're right. Like, I don't know.
Brianna said no.
We didn't pay John to say that.
Thank
John
you,
said
John.
No, we sure didn't. So Brianna says no because Gigi and Charisse were friends and Monique had no smoke for her. How do you know Monique had no smoke for Gigi? How do you know what has gone on between them? Can't really say that because Gigi's not on the show doesn't mean that Monique had no smoke for her. They didn't have, words.
Can you remind me who Gigi is? Sorry, can we remind me?
I don't know who Gigi is, so I'm just going to throw that out there. Like I have no.
Richie, I
was just gonna say they need to stop all that. Like she didn't have smoke for this person or that person. Those people weren't in her face.
Yeah,
that's what happened. Somebody got in somebody's face. They was all drinking. It happened.
Yep.
Yeah. Who cares about Gigi and all these people? Right on, Richie. I'm still there with you. Exactly. Let's deal with what was in the moment, and that was Candiace putting her fingers in Monique's face and Monique warning her 4 times, "Get your hands out my face." But just so that you asked, just for clarification. Gigi is the girl who kind of started this whole entire rumor about Monique and the trainer. She's Monique's former best friend.
Okay.
Monica,
and they fell out. And once they fell out, when Monique found out she was saying all these crazy things behind her back, she cut her off, and Gigi went crazy. See, nowadays you can't even cut friends off because they go crazy.
Right. Did Gigi date Sherman? Is that who Gigi is?
No, Gigi had nothing to do with Sherman. She was just one of Monique's closest friends, one of her first friends when she moved to the DC area. Yeah, they used to be in a rap group together. Yeah, she was just a friend. Yeah, Monique was a rapper. Yeah.
Don't you remember though, like the first season that Monique was on the show and Gigi was on the show with her with that, she had a missing tooth or something, it looked like, or something.
That was season 3. Yeah.
Clothes in Monique's room, and then Gigi kind of insinuated that she knew Charisse's now ex-husband. You remember that? So how the hell did they suddenly become best friends, her and Charisse?
She only reached out to she admitted she only reached out to Charisse after Monique cut her off from their friendship and just totally blocked her. She said she first reached out to Candiace. Those two had a 2-hour conversation. And then from Candiace, she moved on to Charisse,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Kanisha, thank you so much for the $5, sweetie. She says, DJ Richie, me and your youngest Sky Squad member want to know if you saw Chris Bassett and the Black Socialites say they wanted you to interview them.
I did see something like that. I think that actually you might be better at that, Monica.
No, I'm not. I don't want anything to do with Chris Bassett. I don't want to interview. People think as a blogger you die for interviews. Yeah, they're great. That's not my bread and butter, honestly. Interviews are nice. I'd rather spill
They're
the damn
nice.
tea.
But it's just easier to talk about the show.
Yeah, Chris Bassett is not a cast member. Why would I want to interview him?
I'll do it. I'm a horrible for an interview. I'll do it. Chris, call me.
You gotta go to Black Socialite's page because it's so funny because Chris is engaging with him and making himself look worse. If you don't come for the Black Socialite, you will get your feelings hurt. I'm just letting you know. Don't do it. But it's entertaining to read. I can tell you that much.
It is. Absolutely.
Wendy and I believe that Blacks have to be twice as good to be recognized as normal in America. Don't AC like it's not true. Don't act like it's not true.
Okay, through whose lens though?
But we're not even talking about that. We're not talking about that.
That's
Well, she's just saying that, like going back to what we were saying, that Black women are held to a different standard when we just want to be human. Treat them all the same. Treat everybody the same. We're all human. That's it. At the end of the day,
But Ricky's right. Whose lens is it? Right? Is it a colonial white lens? Because they do that.
I'm not looking through that lens.
Well, let me break this down because growing up, my mom was always like, you have to be twice as good, twice as better. You have to do everything twice, 10 times better just to be even. And I grew up like that. But that don't have nothing to do with a reality show that we're gossiping about. Please stop. Please stop. My mom that meant education. That meant being in corporate America. But we're gossiping about a reality show, folks.
Candiace is the one that introduced that bull crap into the narrative. She's the one.
She did. And then Wendy co-signed it. And this happens to Middle Eastern people as well. If I get angry at an airport, guess who's getting screened? That's something that we like. But again, that's through a white lens, being like, oh, that Middle Eastern person's yelling because they're late for their flight. They're a terrorist. That's a white lens. This is the same exact thing. This is the same exact lens. And if you continue to promulgate that, we're going to be steps and bounds behind where we need to be.
I'm not looking through that lens.
Susie Weber, please listen to what we're saying. Stop the nonsense. She says, not all Black women are aggressive. This is a stereotype that Monique lived up to. A stereotype through whose lens, though?
Mm-hmm.
A stereotype through who are you trying to impress? Who? That's why she's doing a disservice to Black women. Absolutely not. I disagree with that. Monique
She's not Michelle Obama. She's on a reality show. Like, why are you treating her like a politician and a role model? She is not. And I love when people use that, Michelle. When you go low, you go high. It's like, no. Like, when people go low, sometimes you go low. We're not Michelle Obama. Like,
and Michelle said that recently at the DNC. At the DNC, she changed that statement recently. Watch the news, people.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Chris Bassett, y'all, is not on the show. We don't care about his tweets or whatever he has to say. I sure don't. He's like another housewife. He seems so desperate. I mean, at this point, it's coming off really bad and creepy.
Really
right?
desperate. Monica, never trust someone who microwaves a cup of tea. If you microwave a cup of tea, I don't trust you.
He microwaved it. My girl, you do not do that.
You do not microwave a cup of tea, Chris Bassett.
Mm-hmm. So on the way home, Monique calls her husband Chris, and he's disappointed. He's a former NFL player. He has an image to uphold, and I get it. He doesn't want Monique fighting. I understand. It's not that he didn't support her. I know a lot of people were saying her own husband didn't support her. That's not true.
No.
He's just more protecting her and protecting what they have. He has deals and other things outside of housewives, and they have to maintain a certain image. I get it,
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, I learned something from Monique with that, because sometimes when my boyfriend checks me when I'm wrong, which is rare, but those rare, I'm like, what do you mean? What do you like? I get an attitude. So I was like, I liked how Monique was just kind of like, what do you mean? Who's embarrassed? And kept it moving. Because that adrenaline, and I would have been mad. I'm like, why are you saying that to me right now?
Mm-hmm. Can we just comment on how intact Monique looked after the fight?
Right.
Her hair was out of place.
Her hair was looking.
Her belt was unbuckled. The shirt wasn't sticking out. The shirt was still in. God damn.
She was like, what fight?
A fight like that.
What fight? That's a champ, though. That's like an Evelyn Lozado. Evelyn got out of every fight with her hoops intact, her hair intact, her top hoops intact.
She had a little bloody lip. She's like, I got this. All right, let's keep it going. Like, that was it.
And she was so cool, kind of collected. She's like, she provoked me. She taunted me. She spoke clearly, calmly, precisely. I was like, you go, girl. That's right. Meanwhile, Candiace is outside yelling and screaming, ghetto ratchet bitch, and is my wig intact? Is my wig okay? she asked Karen that. Is my wig okay? And then after that,
should not be talking about wigs in place, though. Let's be honest with her.
I know. And then the day of the fight, Sunday, Candiace tweeted that she was traumatized by the fight. She was so Did she seem traumatized to you guys?
She still kept talking. Can I say shit? Even after they removed Monique, it was like she wanted to get her ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it didn't seem that bad. It didn't really seem that bad to me because honestly, she kept saying, "I'm okay, I'm okay." So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
She told Chris, she goes, Monique tried to fight me. That's what she told Chris in the car. So she didn't even realize that she was in a fight.
Do y'all think Candiace came there with the intent to get in a fight? Because people are saying she super glued that wig. Maybe she did come there with an intent.
Right afterwards, she was like, "Is my wig okay? What's going on?" Like that was she wasn't super glued.
You guys might be right about that. You said it earlier, Monica, that you felt like Giselle and Robin might have egged her on beforehand, and then to have that wig that glued the tree.
And she didn't get any scratches. She probably had Vaseline on her face too. I don't trust him,
Monica.
You know a black girl fight. You know what the rule. You take off your earrings. You wear super glue on your head, and you put Vaseline on your face so you don't get scratched. It's common sense.
Oh, girl, Monique looked intact because she started the fight and attacked somebody that had no intention to fight her back. That's Milo Star.
That makes no sense.
We watched the same show.
How would that help her look intact, though? That makes no sense.
All of these people are Candiace apologizers or enablers. I don't really know what it is.
What's happening here?
Yes, April.
This is our girl. We knew we could count on April B.
Yep.
Thank you, April, for the super chat. She says, Teresa can toss tables, Brandy can slap chicks, and Adriana can literally throw bows, but black women are held to model minority standard. I can't.
I love that she brought Adriana into it. Teresa's daughter. I love it. Drag her.
I thought she was talking about Adriana from Miami.
Oh, she is. I thought she was talking about Adriana because I thought she was. Is that Adriana too? Teresa has.
Because she punched Joanna Coop in the face.
You are absolutely right.
Thank you, DJ.
Thank you, Richie.
Miami.
I love Miami.
I did too.
Ooh.
So meanwhile, Monique's on the way home. Candiace is on the way home. Back at the barn, you still have Robin, Wendy, and Giselle still blaming Monique for this fight. They're saying they didn't sign up for this, and Monique's at fault, and yada, yada, yada. Like, they're above the drama, you know? They stood by and did nothing while Monique and Candiace fought nothing. Karen was the one that jumped in. And let's go back into history, right? Back in season 2, Robin and Giselle went to Ashley's restaurant with the intent of fighting her, and they threatened to drag her. Then in season 3, Robin had the veins popping out of her neck, all up in Monique's face, talking mess. Let's roll the videotape.
Monica, I love you, girl.
Shall we?
Please put your fingers out of my face, Robin.
This is putting my finger in your
out
face.
of my face, Robin. Please get out of my restaurant. Please go.
She dragged you. She will drag you.
Where, girl?
Over the river and through the woods. She will drag you.
Please go.
Hey, that's what happened. You shut up. You came with this around here. Please do it. Play with me, Robin. Please do it. Please. Get out of my face. Because it will go down.
Go for it. Face, I choke you out with this combo.
Please do it.
I'm in your mama's house right now.
You will not talk about my mother.
Do not ruin your mama's
look at Karen getting in between them and trying to split them up again.
Once again.
Again.
Okay, let me just say one nice thing about Robin, just so people don't think I'm one-sided. Although I'm annoyed with her, she is a beautiful woman, even when she was getting in her face. But the only thing that stopped her from getting that beautiful face smacked that day was that umbrella, by the way. But go ahead. She's beautiful. Yeah.
She is.
Big Monique says they were waiting for Monique to mess up. Giselle and Robin are such hypocrites. I agree. I agree. They want her off the show, so they were waiting for the opportunity to strike, to make their move. So these girls, let's stop with putting this all on Monique. These girls have done the same thing, and they were just a shy away from it getting more physical. I mean, literally, Robin and Giselle went to Ashley's restaurant to fight her. And you do hear Giselle, she's like, she will drag you under the river and through the woods or whatever she said, or through the river.
How we go.
Yeah. So please, okay, let's kill that narrative because clearly those two are not above the drama. Far from it. Yeah. So Robin and Giselle are so affected by this fight and claim that they can't be around Monique. But the very next day, Robin did an in-store gig with Monique at DSW, and she was all smiles, sitting right next to Monique. Okay, the Monique that she says was violent and that she no longer wanted to feel and be around her. Shall we present the evidence?
Oh, shoot. What? That's the next day, Monica?
Not 24 hours, honey. 24 hours. Not 48, but 24.
What you'll do for a check.
Oh my God.
Would you be around someone that was violent and you couldn't film with anymore the very next day if the fight was so traumatizing and, affect your psyche? Look at that.
Giselle wasn't there to tell her what to do and how to behave, so she acted like a decent human being.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. I'm just like, wow.
Oh, Monique. Okay.
Monique?
No, I love it. I mean, it's for a check. I would do that. I would sit with the devil himself for a check. I'd be like, you look cute. Love the tire. Can you sit a little bit away from me, please?
Saying someone's violent and you can't film with them, you're looking kind of hypocritical. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Then 6 days later, they all got together, the entire group, for the Bravo cast photo shoot. Actually, 5 days later. Okay.
What? This tea is everything.
Yeah, Monica, you got the receipts today. My goodness.
Okay. 5 days later.
That was 5 days later?
So the next day after the fight, Candiace and Chris sit down and she's nursing her lumps and drinking some tea. All right, the night prior, she said she didn't know why Monique was coming for her, but in that same meeting with Chris, she tells him that the drama started with Charisse, and she actually lays out why Monique's mad at her. So, this game that Candiace is playing the victim, and she doesn't understand why Monique is so upset and coming for her. She knows exactly why she's upset. And to me, that was proof.
Yeah.
Let's sound off on that. Y'all want to discuss it? Monique, let's get into it. What are your thoughts?
You said Monique? Oh, I just...
What's happening? She's like, who's Monique? Who's Monique?
Are you talking to me?
But I was just like, no accountability, no remorse, and I'm just flabbergasted by this whole situation. And Chris needs to be that husband. Like, for instance, Chris Samuels, like, this is embarrassing. You were wrong. Chris Bassett needs to do the same thing. You can't be afraid to tell your wife, you were wrong. He's like contributing to the foolery.
Yeah. He's almost gaslighting a little child, or comforting a
gaslighting.
He makes matters, in my opinion, 10 times worse. his social behavior. He's even come at me all day long, tweeting me, harassing me. So like, but I'm the type, like I said, let's meet at the corner store. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back and
not the corner store
all day on Twitter. Let's meet up. Pull up. Let's go. For real.
She said, let's meet up at the corner store.
Pull up. For real. Like,
I want that on a t-shirt. Meet at the corner store. Let's meet at the corner store.
After you get your now and laters.
Those are my favorite candies.
Appropriate. I want one. We were accountable for her part in the fight because she thinks that she's just as, innocent. And again, it's almost like, you're dealing with a child. I can't get that mad at Candiace because her mentality is just not there. She's not an adult mentally. So that's that. Let's go on to Karen Huger, y'all. Karen Huger. Let's talk about Karen and her marriage.
Oh, I cried. This made me cry.
So
I know. Her and Ray are having major issues. The marriage is in serious trouble. They're in a slump like all marriages go through. So it's his birthday. She hires a private chef. And she also has her friend Angela, who's a radio host, drop in to help them reconnect, right? Because there's a major disconnect.
And the pink jumpsuit.
Yeah. Karen admits that they're not as intimate as they used to be. She talks about Ray's snoring habits. Ray dislikes Karen not having time for him anymore, and she doesn't cook. And Ray, this is the saddest part. Ray admits that he only thinks he's still in love with Karen.
Oof, that was rough.
That was pretty hard to watch.
Yeah.
Monique, you're a relationship expert. What is going on, honey? Break it down for us.
This hurt my heart. Why am I getting emotional? It's the wine. Because she tried. She hired the chef. She doesn't cook. She brought, what was the lady with the pink jumpsuit again? What was her name again?
Pink jumpsuit lady.
Pink jumpsuit. Yeah, brought her in to help. And for him to say that, not just say it, knowing that cameras are rolling, that was mean and spiteful and ornery and nasty on his part. I can appreciate that she didn't cuss his ass out and she walked up the steps, but my heart hurt. So I know Amir doesn't like for the fourth wall to be broken, but these producers, I appreciated how I heard them say, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. But it broke my heart because she's trying to save her marriage. She's trying.
Oh, Monique, I liked it now, and I'm getting emotional even thinking about it. I actually fully cried when I watched it, and I don't think I've cried watching Housewives other than Bethany telling Luann when, with the whole Tom thing, that made me cry. But this is the only 2 times I've cried watching Housewives, and this really affected me when she said, "Breathe, I'm having a breakdown," because her whole world came from under her. It was, and I love what she said. It was so classy. I thank you for being honest, but I don't have to like it. I was like, oh, Karen. Yep. You're everything. She's everything.
Yeah, that was very sad when she took her mic off and everything. And
when we were watching that scene, me and Cody were watching it, and he's like, "Are you still in love with me?" I'm like, "Yes." "Are you still in love with me?" He's like, "Yes." I'm like, "Okay, we're all right." I was like, because we've been married for 10 years now, and I'm like, we still got to go and do it that just kind of rattles you when you see a scene like that with people between in a marriage. I'm like,
John,
it's really heartbreaking.
Listen, if you didn't learn anything else, you better get in the kitchen and cook for that man.
Okay.
Cook in the kitchen and wab.
Exactly.
We look at each other are we next? I'm like, I don't know.
Wants is a home cooked meal at least maybe 3 times a week. I'm not saying every night.
Right.
They say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. She need to get up in there and cook us some ramen noodles and some biscuits and honey, okay? Put some ramen noodles on that stove and put you some biscuits in the oven and put some honey on them biscuits and slap it on the table with a bottle of wine.
Richie, honey, if a man don't have something, make him a sandwich. If a man don't have, what? Make him a sandwich.
Text Karen Huger, okay?
A man of that age wants to be able to sit down every night in his rocking chair on the porch, sipping spiked sweet tea with his woman. And he just wants to hold her hand. Let's have a conversation every night. But, you know, Karen is kind of like going through, I wouldn't call it a midlife crisis, but she's on her shit right now, meaning she's the businesswoman. She's making money. She's paying his taxes. And she don't want to be home rocking in a rocking chair doing all that.
Right.
So
she's finding herself. She's finding herself. Oh, sorry. I was just saying she's finding herself. It's like how Stella got her groove back. She's kind of finding her groove again.
And
but they gotta meet in the middle.
Yes. And when you date an older man with money, lots of women think, you know, he's older. And to the point, it's cute when you're in your 30s and they're in your 50s, 40s, 60s. Once you get to your 50s and he's hitting 70 something, the dynamics change. And you have to keep that in mind if you just decide to go that route. I'm not saying you're not to do it. I'm just saying keep that in mind because this is what does happen.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need to fall back in love with each other.
I know.
They do.
Meet somewhere in the middle.
It's tough. And remember, Karen has her own thing for the first time in her life. I think Ladam, like Housewives was the first step. I'm getting my independence. I'm doing this show about my life. It's about Karen Huger. And then now Ladam, he's got to readjust the way he sees her because he was like lighting up with her in the kitchen, swollen and pregnant. He loved that.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Amir. Did say that.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, y'all. We hope they can get it together because I like them as a couple.
They cannot break up, damn it. That cannot happen.
I'm going to go ahead and spill some tea. I heard they're doing much better now.
Oh,
good.
That's what I heard.
My heart can't take more in 2020. My heart can't take more.
Don't do that to us.
Hey guys, thank y'all so much for the super chats. Coco Beauty, Carlos. Hey Carlos, I love your avatar. You're so handsome. Sophia in London, thank you for the British pounds. Devin, thank you. Who else? Stephanie.
Who gave us $50? Dang.
I know. So many people in here. All right, y'all. Moving on to Giselle Bryant and her baby mama drama and her bullshit and the hot mic moment, right?
Ooh,
wow.
Ooh, that was some tea. That was some tea Curtis spilled. So
this is sexy AF, by the way. Sexy AF.
Her daddy phone. Grandma. Grandma, I got somebody for you, Grandma.
Yeah, he's like a Gil. Grandpa, I'd like to.
He was sexy. He's fine. Can you imagine him in his heyday? Ooh,
girl, Monica, you better stop.
I'm fine. So Giselle,
I can't even focus anymore. I need another spritz of this water. Oh.
I need another spritz of this wine.
Cool off, Amir. Let's give Amir a moment to cool off.
I'll be fine. I'm good.
Okay, so Giselle and her 3 daughters traveled to Atlanta. They're attending a relaunch of a restaurant Jamal bought, but they're staying in a hotel. They're not staying at Daddy's house.
And what relaunch? The restaurant looks exactly the same. They didn't even change the cabinet. They changed nothing. The ketchups are the same ketchups.
The same ketchups.
The same. You couldn't change your name to Giselle or Grace's or something. It's still Arizona's.
It's still Arizona. And it's just a moment.
Can I say something as a dating expert? Okay, a tipsy dating expert. Listen. Ladies, let me tell you something. If you are dating a man who you have already been intimate with, especially you've had 3 kids with, and he puts your ass and your kids in a hotel, and he lives in a house, doesn't offer for you to stay in the house and you guys can sleep in 2 separate rooms, but he puts y'all in a hotel, trust and believe you are not the main chick.
Mm-hmm. His kids, though, his daughters were there. Did he not want to? Seriously, I mean, come on.
And they weren't even at the top, Monica. They weren't even they were on the 12th floor, honey. They were not even at the top. You better put them in the penthouse. If you're taking your children and your baby mama number 17 out of the house, you better put her in the penthouse.
Who does
He needs
that?
to learn from Future. Future has 7 baby mamas, and they each get a Birkin.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
You
before
better
we
learn
talk
how to
about
do your
Giselle, this is so juicy. Before we get into Giselle, can we talk about Ashley reworking her prenup? She's a boss, isn't she?
Boss!
Okay.
HBIC.
All I was thinking was she is smart.
Mm-hmm.
She learned something in this marriage.
Oh yeah, she is. So it's past the 5-year mark, and if you're married more than 5 years, you have, you're solid. You're gonna get some money. But Ashley wants to guarantee she gets a certain amount. So she's like, can we do a post-nup where we can guarantee I walk away for a certain amount? And this way,
I never even heard of
who thinks like that? This way we can speed up the divorce process, and there's no debating and fighting about who gets what. I was like, you go, girl.
And she had the conversation on camera.
On purpose.
Hello,
Now,
smart.
Listen, low key, Ashley might end up being the face of this show.
She's smart
because she's long term thinking.
She is. She is.
She really is. She's like, I'm stuck in here. I have these babies with him. I might as well make the most of it.
Yep. Judge her if you want. She's getting what she wants out of this marriage. People get married for different reasons. You can't judge someone for marrying someone for however reason they marry them. She is making it work, and she is smart, and she's young to be so smart. I was not mad at her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's fight. She did kind of have Monique's back because she was just like, yeah, she'd be popping off at the mouth. So I hope that doesn't change, Monica. Do you have any tea about what she does later on in the season?
No, they're still together. I mean, she's pregnant now, and she's just working this situation to the maximum. I give her props for it. If you're in this situation, you might as well make the best of it and be smart about it. You know?
And it's not tacky, Monica. I don't know how it's not coming off tacky. It's very calculated, but it comes off like Ashley's like, you know what? I like this man for some reason. I know he's a philanderer. He's going to do it again. You know, like I love when she shared his beer. That was, if y'all don't know, that's a negotiation tactic to drink from someone's drink when you're negotiating with them. I learned that in business school.
Oh.
So that was a power play of her taking the beer. So Ashley,
Amir, I did not know that.
Amir's smart. Mm-hmm. Better school him, Amir. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
All right, so getting back to Giselle and the baby mamas and the hot mic, they traveled to Atlanta. They're staying in a hotel. It's not even a suite, okay? It's not a penthouse. It's goodness gracious. I mean, seriously.
I love her kids though, Monica. Real quick, I love her kids. I love when they're like, just retire, go away, retire. You're done, out. They're so zero bullshit. Those 3 daughters have zero bullshit.
They're so smart. They're so smart.
I love them.
Mm-hmm. So before the re-grand opening, Giselle meets with her daddy, Curtis. She wants to let him know, break the news to him that she's back with Jamal. And surprisingly, he gives his blessings because we think about it. We found out some tea. He didn't attend their wedding. He didn't walk her down the aisle the first time. That was something.
He said there was a situation that happened before they even got married, didn't
he? He got her while they were engaged before the wedding.
He needs to get a vasectomy. Seriously.
Some woman in the congregation got pregnant for him.
You better snip, honey.
My mom walked in as I said that. She looked mortified.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry.
Mom needs to come on camera. We want to see her.
She's part of the side. She over there.
Sorry, Mom.
Okay, Mama.
Is your mom out of Dodge? Because I'm going to say something really naughty.
My mom is one of the coolest moms you'll ever meet. You're good.
Perfect. So I'm just going to go there. Yes. Jamal's swimmers, honey, have said their prayers because they work harder than Jesus himself, honey. They are working up that. They are going right up, honey. They work harder.
They're the Mike Phelps of sperm.
Yeah. They are. They are.
You on it today, girl. Ooh, yes. That's a good one. So during the tour, Jamal makes sure that the girls stay away from the bar. Things get awkward. Well, before that, Giselle meets with her daddy, gives his approval. Then they have the big ribbon cutting outside, and they go sit down inside.
There's a lot of people there, Monica. There was a lot.
It was a whole precedent, you know. It was a whole big to do.
And they blurred all those poor people. They did a blanket blur. Everybody
noticed that.
He must have hired all ex-felons or something. Who knows?
Did you know they don't even touch each other? They don't even kiss each other. They don't even hug each other. There is no physical interaction.
Nothing. I mean, this man pretends the bar is the problem. I think your ding-a-ling is the problem, sir, not the bar.
Hello.
Pastor Holy Whore is on one. So he sits down with Curtis and Giselle, and you know, they chit-chat, they're doing small talk. He's trying to make things as comfortable as possible to get this man's approval. And Giselle's daddy is like, I gotta go to the restroom. I'll be right back. He rips off his mic and he's like, I've had enough of this shit. You know? He excuses him and he goes, I think you can take this mic off me. I think I'm done. This is not a good move for her. You know, this guy's got 6 or 7 baby mamas. You know, do you want to deal with something like that again? No. As a father, you think twice about that kind of stuff. I'm done. That's it. I'm clean.
And he did it like an OG. Like he was at the table, like,
Yeah.
I go to the bathroom. And then he went off. Like that's an OG move. Okay.
And he waited for his granddaughters to leave. I love that. He waited for his granddaughters to leave.
Did you keep when she said, I thought you were gonna tell him to ask for my hand in marriage? Girl, are you delusional? Are you
His face looked like, girl, bye.
If someone asked for my hand in marriage over some monkey bread, honey, with the ice cream sandwich on top at this relaunched restaurant, you better believe I'm gonna flip a table. I think they were glued down. But I would try to like unscrew that table and just go crazy. No, thank you. No,
but
thank
wait. What about when the producer asked Giselle how many kids this man has? Okay. She did not want to answer that question.
But she had no problem talking about Monique's child.
I said the same thing. I was like, she would have told it all if it was somebody else.
She accused his youngest son of being with the trainer, not with Chris. So she had no problem talking about that child. But I think personally, the reason why she didn't answer is because she don't know how many kids he got.
I didn't know either. I had to look it up.
You ready?
I don't know how many.
I googled it too, but I don't think that number is accurate. He got all kinds of kids.
Google says 5. Allaboutthetea.com, Hanny, says 7. So I trust
all about the tea. Does he have a baby with Tweet? Did he get Tweet pregnant too?
A what?
Tweet, the singer that he was dating. Someone said that he had a baby with Tweet.
Oh,
he's got kids all over the place. So we really don't know how many kids he has. It's between 7, 8, 9.
But Monica, I read somewhere that he fathered a child while they were reconciling. Is that true?
Like recently? Recently?
That's what people were saying. Some lady came forward and said that months ago he had a baby with her. Who knows, child?
Does this man need to partner with Planned Parenthood? Send him some condoms.
I mean, does he still even have an eggplant, or has it fallen off? Because that's a lot of unprotected.
That's overused.
That's overused.
Yeah. He recently came out and did a whole press conference talking about that baby is not his and he hasn't had any babies. Because that church in Atlanta, they were done wrong by their previous pastor, Eddie Long. A lot of drama. So he filled Eddie Long's shoes, and they're not having it. If he does anything slightly immoral, he's out of there. So
this is not considered immoral. Listen, I'm not a good Christian woman, but I would assume that you unzip your pants and put in all the congregation. It's pretty much frowned upon, right? God, right? God, are you up here? I think that's frowned upon. What is going on?
I love you guys so much. I love you guys.
What is going on? I don't understand how this man had this much time. I know it's hard to prepare for the pulpit. You got to prepare the speech. You got to talk to people. You got to get people married. When was this man having all these extracurricular activities? I need to know.
Oh yeah, he was with Phaedra Parks too. I forgot about that.
First lady.
Phaedra Parks was trying to be the first lady of that church too at one point. Did y'all remember that?
Who?
Wasn't he Mr. Chocolate?
That's right. That's right. He was Mr. Chocolate in the phone. Yes. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Apollo put us on to that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You are blowing my mind. Wait, Mr. Chocolate's not the stripper? Is Holy Whore?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh.
That's the allegation.
Yeah.
Holy Whore must be laying
Phaedra
it
Parks,
down.
honey.
Phaedra gets around. She was also dating Tim Norman. You know that? Tim told me himself.
What?
He came out and denied it, but when Tim and I spoke, Tim said that was true, that he was dating Phaedra, and Jennifer Williams put the squash in it. She called him and was like, shut that shit down. Yes, but he said no. He said he liked her too. He didn't like Phaedra. Because, you know, they both crooks anyway. Tim and
Phaedra ate that pickle when she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I love Phaedra. Those she's like the Dr. Heavenly of Atlanta. The jokes, the humor, the godliness. Like, I am so here with the two of them. They're like two of my favorites.
I want her to come back too. I miss Phaedra.
Uh-huh. I do too.
Somebody said Phaedra and Tim is a mismatch.
Stop talking about Phaedra. That's my girl.
Yeah, Phaedra dated Tim Norman. Tim told me himself. I totally believed him. He wasn't lying.
Monica, someone said the office hours are for sexing. Okay, wow. All right. That man needs to sit at home, honey. He needs to get ordained online and sit at home and be locked in. Giselle needs to lock him and throw the key away. Tangled Jamal edition. Put him in
some calls, y'all.
That man should not be allowed to walk around.
Into the chat. Let's take some calls.
But I think Phaedra could handle Giselle. Hey, Sherilyn.
How you doing?
I finally got some headphones. Look, one of them just fell out, but it's okay.
Yes, honey, work it.
Hey, Sky Squad in the house.
Hey.
Okay, you guys, this is what I'm getting ready to say. Listen, and I will say I'm 50, just turned 50, and today, never would you befriend my enemy, play like I'm your friend, drag my marriage, and then get in my face yelling and pointing your finger and think that I'm not going to reach out and touch you. It's going to happen. And everybody that's like, oh, Candiace is such a victim in this, and she was, no. See, what had happened was that Candiace has never dealt with, she's used to being around people that she could sit there and talk all this mess and no one's gonna react. Now, she done this for, 2 seasons now? So, I don't understand what everybody else is seeing. I don't know if, and then this is the other thing that's driving me nuts. It's like I can't watch these episodes and not think about the fact that she's already done a live and told us that they were planning on tearing up her marriage. It was something that she, Giselle, and Robin did. So, girl, you're going to get snatched, dragged a little bit, bleed. I'm going to need you to leak. And this is what frustrated me out of everything. I was mad that Monique is the one that walked away leaking. That's because she threw that glass, but don't nobody want to talk about that glass. Everybody's like, oh, it's just wine. Girl, boo. Wine stings. I don't know if you've ever had it thrown in your face. That burns. You're going to get touched for that too.
Yeah.
But Monica, you had the screenshot, and I have them on my phone, and it doesn't show good. But if your screenshot, if you go like a second after it, you will see she was touched by Giselle and Wendy, and her arm with that cheetah print that she had on is the arm that you can see. She's reaching across, and her arm is the first one that goes across. Monica, I keep saying Monica, I'm sorry. Monique's hand is up and she's going towards her hair. Her arm is already across, touching Monique. So if you really want, for the people in the chat that's like, oh, Candiace, no, go back, look at it, pause, you will see. When you're in that type of situation that's already heated and your anxiety is going up and then you're getting touched from every direction and you see her come across and touch you, everybody that's acting like they would not respond is being untrue to themselves, or they've never been in a fight.
Boom.
Yeah. Very well said.
You guys have to look. I didn't see it. You need to go back. Before you say anything else, go back, pause. And I'm not saying that Monica was not Monique. Girl, I'm going to keep throwing you into it, honey. Monique was definitely wrong. So was Candiace.
Yes.
But after that, we're past that now. We've been wrong.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm tired of saying that we're biased. We are not condoning fighting.
Well, we're not. We are not condoning violence. Okay.
And that's the other thing. A lot of people, I'm like, are they forgetting that this is reality TV? This is not. We know that the producers try and change the narrative and kind of push things, but it's still human emotions.
Yes.
Right.
So in that moment, she was not Monique on Real Housewives of Potomac. She was Monique, I'm going to get down with you and meet you on the corner. Like Monica said. I'm going to meet you on the corner.
Monica.
I mean, that's real though, you guys.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know.
And Monique's not paying our rent. Like,
Huh?
she's not paying her rent. She's not giving us money to say anything. These are our opinions.
And I follow Richie. I don't follow everybody, so I would never be able to say we're all on the same page.
Right.
But regarding this episode, Candiace should have never antagonized her. Period. Never. She got what she deserved. I'm sorry. From where I come from, she would have got worse than just a couple of hits in the head.
And Sherilyn, people are not even acknowledging that she had a broken glass in her hand. Blindly, sliced the face of all those producers and everybody else. Monique used her hand. She picked up a weapon, and it was not on self-defense. Okay.
Yep. And Monique didn't run to the police. Monique didn't run to the police either. Candiace did first. Monique filed counter charges after You can't start a fight and then run to the police about it. I don't know where Candiace came from. Who does that?
Somebody that thinks that they can keep talking mess and not get checked.
Yeah.
She didn't know what she was doing, but she just learned a big lesson.
Well,
and I don't want to see her on Wendy. I don't want to see her on nothing. Talk about anything, because you already did a live telling us that you guys plotted to take her down. Girl. No, she's good that she just got that little drag. She needs to be happy that all those producers and security was there, because if not, she would have got dragged for real.
Yeah, those producers saved her.
It would have been far worse. She's lucky enough people was there to protect her. All right, Sherry Lynn. Thank you so much.
That was good, Sherry Lynn.
Excellent point.
Thank you.
I appreciate the panel. Appreciate you so much. Yeah. Thank you, honey.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Can we address, before we bring anyone else on, Candiace on Wendy Williams this morning? Did you see it, Monique? Did y'all see it?
I missed it.
I didn't see it either.
Did you see it?
Mm-mm.
Do you have any clips, Monica? Do you have any clips?
Not yet. The clips haven't been released yet, but I can just give you the cliff notes. So she went on there and she had a turban on her head and she looked like a fortune teller, a gold lame shirt. And it was the same, just a recycle of the same crap, taking no accountability. She kind of called Monique crazy again and said that she was trying to act like she was above getting into anything physical and act like she played no role in it, no part in it. And of course, Wendy Williams really doesn't know anything that's going on. I'll keep it real with you. This has been going on for years. Half the time when 99% of the time when Wendy speaks on a topic, she knows nothing about it. She doesn't watch Potomac. She was just given some cliff notes about the fight. And, producers talk about whatever Norman says, she agrees with. And I get it. I understand that. So Wendy did not hold her accountable for anything and kind of just went along with the narrative that as Black women were above that. And that was the gist of it.
Ugh. She did that same narrative on Watch What Happens Live too. It was the same narrative.
Yeah, it was a repeat of the Watch What Happens Live appearance.
Can we talk about what Wendy was saying with Andy, in terms of Nene? Because that was shady. Did y'all see that?
I heard about that.
Yeah,
I heard about the booger sugar that Nene came back with.
Yeah, Nene said that girl's on coke right now, honey.
So Wendy Williams, just to recap for you folks, Wendy Williams was on the Watch What Happens Live last night, and Andy asked her opinion of Nene's departure, and she said, I can read it to you guys. You want to read it to you?
Yeah.
We put out a blog last night about it. So Wendy says, I'll start from the beginning. She says, Nene is my friend, and I know her as Lanithia. I don't know her as this person on reality TV, just what I watch. I believe that this is not a truth. Nene has quit the show several times before. She'll be back. Then she said, I don't know what Nene is going to do for money. I'm not trying to count her coins, but the Housewives is that one thing that all the girls use to promote their other stuff. And while Nene is as famous as Bethany has turned it into a legitimate multi-million-dollar situation. Then she went on to say, what are they going to do, meaning Nene? Is it going to be like the Greg and Nene show? Are they going Are they going to give them another reality show? That's boring. How about Nene being a grandmother? That's boring. Nene and her own kids? That's boring. Nene trying to figure out Hollywood? That's boring. Now, what type of fucking French? Excuse my French.
That's it, Monica. Aren't Wendy and like Nene like this? Like
again.
What the?
And they stopped being friends because she talked about her. The reason their friendship fell apart was that Nene, they talked about each other, and Wendy talked about Nene, and Nene talked about Wendy, and they were like, we're not going to talk about each other. And then she even went on to offend Real Housewives. She's like, it's beneath me. And Andy Cohen was like, thanks a lot. Like, it was like really awesome.
Andy didn't know what to say. Andy was like, he sounded like Shannon. He was like, yeah, okay. Like,
He was sitting there trying to act like he didn't like the mess, but he was totally enjoying the mess and probably gave Wendy cue cards. Again, like I said, real talk, Wendy is dealing with some mental health issues. I was told she had holes in her head and she's barely getting by day to day. So Andy probably gave her cue cards and said, just say this. They're friends, they're business friends, they're colleagues. And she just read off of cards. But if you want, I can, come here if you can hear this.
I want to go through.
Can y'all hear this?
More hot topics with the Housewives. What's your take on Nene announcing she's leaving the show? And are the two of you still close buddies?
Nene is my friend, and I know
okay.
her. Yeah, I don't know her as this person on reality TV, just what I watch, But I believe, and I told you this also, I believe that this is not a truth. Nene has quit the show several times, and you'll have her back. And Nene likes attention, dramatic attention. I don't know what Nene is going to be doing for money. I'm not trying to count coins, but the Housewives is that one thing that all the girls use to promote their other stuff. And while Nene is as famous as Bethany, Bethany has turned it into a legitimate multi-million-dollar situation. Do you know what I mean, Andy?
Yeah, it's a great driver for promotion, and it's a great place to be known and be out there.
And what are they going to do? Is it going to be like Greg and Nene? You're going to give them another reality show? That's boring. How about Nene being a grandmother? That's boring. You know, Nene and her own kids? That's boring. Nene trying to figure out Hollywood? That's boring.
Okay. Well, I mean, listen, I think she probably has a lot of opportunities, and hopefully she will.
She did say that the phone's ringing.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I think her phone's always ringing. She's done a million other shows.
All right, y'all.
Whoa. That's going to be on TikTok. That's boring. That's boring. That's amazing. I'm going to do a video to that later. That's amazing.
Monica, read back what Nene was replying to, because that's the other half of that, which was amazing.
Okay, hold on. I have it here.
There it is.
You know, Monica always gonna have them receipts, honey. I need my
So while Wendy was on the air, she didn't even wait till afterwards. Nene took to Twitter and she says they always manipulating. Let me turn this down. They're always manipulating Black women to say negative things about each other while they sit and enjoy us tearing each other down. Remember Black Lives Matter? Remember Breonna Taylor? Remember the most racist networks? They gonna leave my name out of these shows. Send me your best discrimination attorneys info to email booknene@gmail.com. It's war. The racist is a master manipulator. They're using me for ratings like they have always done. So then she talks about Wendy. Both are their ratings are low. Bye, queens. She on cocaine. She on cocaine, so they should stop using her to talk. They both need my help with the poor ratings. Keep trying me, sir. That's Wendy, sir. And I will let the world know who you really are. I will always eat and eat good. Believe that. I have always believed in multiple streams of income, so the leaks are good. You old cocaine head, you old racist. No one knew you until you knew me. Remember, I'm the icon. Don't forget it. Child.
Some cocktails. That's a cocktail tweet.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a cocktail.
She lost me at the end, though. She lost me at the end. Wendy's been on radio way before Nene was in diapers. That's not true. Nene did not discover Wendy Williams. That's false. Big old false.
Yeah.
But I think what Nene is saying is coming from a place of hurt, and she's been very defensive with Bravo. You know, the whole, like, she's like, Teddy gets to tell her story. Is anyone going to listen to why I left? Like, she's very upset. And, you know, Bravo's bringing back Southern Charm, which I don't understand. Like, there are still people at the top that are very white and very cisgendered and very straight. And the network needs a shakeup. We need a woman of color at the top. Andy Cohen's got to step down. Like,
she was calling, just for those in the comments, I want to clarify. She was calling Andy a racist and Wendy a cokehead and a man. Because some people are confused about.
But Monica, I'm with Lynn. I think it's Lynn Farage. Don't you put Breonna Taylor into this foolishness. No, that's what we're not gonna do. And let's not bring Black Lives Matter into this either. Okay, like let's not do that.
I leave God out of it too. I hate when people do that. Don't bring God into the mess, please.
Yeah, don't bring it in. But it's smart. She knows that's going to go trending. Breonna Taylor, BLM, is trending on Twitter. She's smart. She knows what she's doing. She's putting her email out there. Like it's war. I mean, Nene knows how to be relevant without even being on a franchise. That's why she's Bethany. That's why she's good at what she does. I mean, she knows how to be relevant.
But can we talk for a moment about how backstabbing and full of shit Wendy is? What kind of friend is that?
Not a good one.
I'm not a good one at all.
As good of a friend as Giselle.
What did he say?
I love Wendy.
Wendy's another girl from Jersey.
I love her. That's boring. That's boring. That's boring. I mean, it's so good.
I do love. I'm with you, Amir. I love Wendy. I wish she would have had Karen Huger on because her and Karen got along really well. She would have gotten the real tea. But I love Wendy Williams, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I'll let y'all talk because that's my girl from Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I used to like Wendy Williams. I don't like how she's doing Nene. Nene's my girl, and you can't be doing Nene like that and think I'm going to sit by and just not say nothing now. I'm sorry.
What happened? I thought they got along again.
How do you start like a conversation like that? Well, Nene's my friend, but like, come on, like
because essentially what that's doing is telling an EP at a network, I don't think that you should give her a show because everything that I'm listing right now is boring. So whether or not she's consciously doing it or subconsciously doing it, however she did it, she's basically like, it's kind of like, I hate when people say this, but it's kind of like trying to take someone's bag. Like, you know, that could be a potentially income, you know, stop.
No, they were going to do the Martin reboot. She got on her show and said, since Tommy died, that it would be creepy for them to do it. And the whole deal was canceled. Because Wendy Williams is considered, believe it or not, an influencer. So when she says something on her platform, she can really affect people's coin. How you gonna call this one your friend, but you fucking with her coin? Now we got a problem. Now you a cokehead.
You can't call her an influencer. Have you seen her Instagram? Have you seen Wendy's Instagram? It's blurry photos and ugly sneakers. I love that you called her an influencer, but I know what you mean.
They literally canceled. Martin and his team spoke about it. They canceled the reboot because of Wendy's recommendations. And she's even gone on her platform and laughed and giggled, talking about, I'm an influencer. When I say things, it has impact. Why would you do that to your friend? Why are you boring? She's really?
And Monique,
she didn't say boring. She said that's boring.
Like, I love Wendy. Me and Cody are on a show. I'll send you pictures of us together. Like, and I've always loved Wendy, but like, come on. Like, you know, Nene's me and Nene are girls, but she sucks at this. She sucks at that. She sucks at this. She sucks at that. She's horrible. Nobody wants to watch her. Like,
that's the way that came across.
Like,
yeah,
that's
you're right, John. She had a moment.
And I honestly feel that Andy put Wendy up to that. Because Wendy doesn't think that in depth. She doesn't, you know, and she's been wanting to spin off for the longest. Why would that even enter Wendy Williams' mind unless it was fed to her? She doesn't think that deep. So
especially like when like, you know, her and Nene have like had like this like frenemy type relationship now, and like, you know, it's like, okay, so that's where you're going now with this, Wendy, after you guys just made up after the last fight you had. Like, you know, Wendy kind of can't help herself with this a little bit. Is what I'm thinking.
I like them better as friends, Wendy and Nene.
Same. And you know what's kind of messed up, y'all, is that we still haven't heard from Nene. Like, if we had heard from Nene and Andy gave Nene her due, and then we're hearing from Wendy, that's fine. But we haven't even heard from Nene, like from her mouth, like on Andy Cohen's show. They got to give her some opportunity to like discuss what's going on.
I agree.
Mocha Diva, Nene was talking about Wendy Williams and Andy. She was calling Wendy Williams a cokehead. That's what she was referring to.
Oh, she's calling Andy a cokehead as well, or she's calling him a queen.
She's saying, why are we listening to her? She's a cokehead. She literally said she's a cokehead. I mean, and everybody knows Wendy's on something. Something's wrong with her. She's not all there. You know, she looks like she's half sedated, half drunk on news shows. So yeah, I mean, it's not that far fetched. And
Andy was playing dumb. Andy was like, "Oh yeah, it's a vehicle for promoting yourself." I was like, "Is he not like hearing anything she's saying?"
Andy got some of that good stuff along with Wendy.
He was innocent that he wasn't co-signing it, but it all came from him. Most of it came from him. Hey guys, let's add Schoolboy to the chat. Hey Schoolboy, I know you've been waiting a while.
Hey there.
Being from Baltimore, this is just a damn disgrace on TV. First of all, the fashion is this. To be in the DC, Maryland area and to look at that tacky ass house Giselle has, and I'm like, you went to the furniture store with a rooms to go budget. What the hell? And somebody said, oh, she needs a stylist. I was like, Ooh, she can't even afford a salad, boo. I also know about her child support because my aunt used to work. She's actually a branch manager at the Wells Fargo, where Jamal Banks and Giselle Banks and trust me, please, when he was late child support, she called, and within an hour or two, his financial manager was there with that deposit.
Wow.
And she met him when she met. He was already the first wife one. Giselle was a side chick.
Oh.
That he later on. And everybody in Baltimore knows that. So Giselle ain't no damn saint. So she can go on with that holy roller bullshit, but she was out there.
Schoolboy, are you Diamond on Twitter?
And so huh?
Are you Diamond on Twitter? Are you my friend? Okay, your internet is going in and out.
I didn't know if it was just me because my internet's always
I
crazy.
know mine too.
So I didn't know if it was my internet going again.
Yeah. I'm friends with you on Twitter.
Oh, are you Diamond? Are you Diamond Big Dick Energy? Is that you?
That's a name.
That's a name.
Hey, sweetie, how you doing? That's my friend, y'all. Let me tell you, she supports me like no other. Hey, boo. How are you?
Okay.
Girl, your internet keeps going in and out, baby. Call back. Call back, 'cause I want to hear what you got to say, because you and I DM all the time, and I know you got that tea to spill, okay, boo?
Look at that blemish-free skin.
Call back in. Okay.
Not a single blemish on her.
I love her. That's my boo. Okay, let me add Toya. Hey, Toya.
Toya! Toya from Married to Medicine, girl. Just kidding.
Yes.
She knows about a good hair flip.
Listen, oh my God. So last night, okay, I do not condone violence, and people need to stop with, as Black women, we need to rise above. Before anything, before being a wife, Black woman, Monique, she is a human being. Okay?
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I was waiting for Monique to kick Candiace because I was like, she has all these people covering her head and holding her. Girl, kick that little bird. Because, listen, this has been a long time coming, okay? You are not going to provoke somebody, drag their family, and then call yourself a friend.
Hello.
And I'm not going to beat your butt. Huh.
Hello.
I was here for it. I was like, yes, Monique, get her. And Monique, at the end of everything, Monique walked away looking beautiful, no scratch. Okay, well, she was bleeding because that little bird had a glass in her hand, but she walked away from there with her hair intact, and I was just like, oh my God, not the bald head, because I just imagined myself with my little edges gone bad. And I was like, oh, the wig fell off. Oh my God. I was living for that moment. And listen, I feel bad for saying this, but she deserved it. She absolutely deserved everything that she got, and she deserved more because Candiace is something else. And when these little two green-eyed bandits were saying, oh, this is not what we do, this and that, you went to somebody's place of business. And that Giselle, oh my God, Giselle is such an instigator. If you guys remember that whole incident with Ashley, Giselle kept saying she will drag you. How about I will drag you? How about I'm the one who's going to drag you? Why is she saying that Deborah's going to drag you? She's going to drag. No. How about you do the dragging? She's such a damn. I cannot stand Giselle. She annoys me. She is such an instant. I need somebody. In fact, I need somebody to pay me to slap the dog shit out of her because I will do it in a heartbeat. Last night was amazing. Like the whole, yeah. Oh, and then with Ashley, girl, get your coin. Okay, get your coin. If this man he wants to suck the sausage from one and whatever, listen, secure the bag. Get those baby. If you need to pop another baby out of it, go do it. Get that whole $20 million that he's worth. Take everything. I'm so tired of Michael Darby and his shenanigans.
Oh my God.
I'm so sick of him. And then Giselle with her little restaurants and whatever. That is not a relationship, okay? That is her and Jamal. That's fake. That is fake. And Daddy Jairus can see the whole thing.
Ooh.
He's not here for it. Just how we are not here for it. It's a front. It is a whole front. Okay. And then moving on to Miss Karen. I love me some Karen. Like Ray, I'm so happy that Monica, you said now they're in a good place because I love them together. And I salute Karen for being a good woman, standing by her man with the whole tax thing and saying that she helped him pay the taxes and whatever. Girl, like, I love Karen. I'm here for her. And not forgetting, Miss Karen, throughout the whole fight, she was team Monique, but she was still woman enough to say, listen, what's this little bird's name? Candiace. Yeah, not in front of the cameras. Fix your wig, but not in front of the cameras. I lived for that whole moment. Miss Wendy Estefo. Okay, I'm done with her. Wendy Williams, I'm sorry to be so long-winded, but Wendy Williams is butthole for what she did to Nene. She is not a good person. And I hate to say this, I hate to play the race thing, but from where I'm standing, Wendy is so for the white oppressor that I'm so sick of it. She's always like just shitting on the black person, shitting on the black woman, saying, oh, what they do, like the whole fight was so just whatever she said about it. Like, girl, we are human. If you can talk shit to me and you're gonna drag my family, just believe I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna do worse than what Monique did to Candiace. Huh. Like,
okay, honey. Thank you so much for calling in, Toya. My backstage is getting filled up. But I love your energy. You had some great commentary. You need to call back in again soon, okay?
I will. Thank you. I love you guys.
Accent too. You have the nicest accent.
Thank you.
Bye. Hey guys, I'm gonna add Michael to the stream. Hey, Michael.
Hi, everyone. Hi, how are you guys doing today?
Michael!
How you guys doing?
Oh,
can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Love it.
So I got a question. How did Giselle push Monique and then run around the table and end up behind Candiace? She was doing the most last night. Like she was just all over the place. You know how you had like a little rodent in a cage, and 1 minute they over here, then they over there. She was just all over the place. Like sit down somewhere or help separate them and stop trying to just be all over the place. I just wanted to mention that Monique, she didn't. From what I saw, Monique didn't swing on Candiace until the wine glass hit her. Because if you notice, she just grabbed her head, she pulled her, and then they tried to get on her, and then that's when Giselle pushed her, and then the glass hit her. Then she started swinging on Candiace. So I feel like when she says on the preview for next week, she's like, I remember the wine glass going up, and everybody's like, well, you're lying. I think that's what she was talking about. She wasn't saying like, no, I didn't, pull her over to me. I'm thinking she's saying that the way that it happened, she don't remember anything after that glass hit her, and I understand that. But
you have blackout moments, sometimes in the heat of the moment.
Monique was slapping her head like Monique was just slapping her head like it was the X button on the PlayStation controller. Like, come on now, like.
Michael, you crack me up. I'm almost tempted to give you my number. We need to talk offline. You're funny as hell. Oh my God. You crack me
And then
up.
I think, Monica, you said it earlier that Wendy had a PTSD moment. Yeah, I was wondering, like, the way she was screaming, Candiace, stop, baby. Like, Candiace was just being pulled away trying to pull a wig back down. She wasn't even doing nothing. Wendy, like, I don't know what's going on. Wendy need to go talk to somebody. Maybe she need to talk to Dorothy and have a sit down.
She went through some trauma. You could tell that was a PTSD moment.
But you know, sometimes when you're not in the fight, it's scary. Like when you're not the one fighting, it looks bad. Like it looks scary or something. Worse, maybe.
Right. And then and if you actually, I think like Wendy looked like she got a little tap in. I don't know if she was trying to just separate them, but at the beginning, it looked like she was hitting Monique too.
Wendy did get some taps. She got some licks in. She really did.
Right, because I was looking at that white cape of hers fluttering up and down. I'm like, wait a minute, she ain't just trying to pull her hands off. What's going on, Wendy? I just wish Monique hadn't made those comments though about I'm going to kill her and stuff like that. I understand talking in that moment, being angry and stuff like that, but I feel like the other women are going to really try to use everything that she said in the heat of the moment against her. So, as far as Rob him and Jezebel, I think you did enough, Monica, when you showed that video of them and Ashley's face. Giselle is like the hype man for real. She was like, she will drag you. She will drag you. What you going to do if she turn around? And actually, let's stay on that for a minute, because everybody talking about, oh, Robin is so acting like she's so above it. But you know, if Ashley had been a different type of person, that could have been a physical altercation. So it's like you never know what somebody's going through. So when you run up on somebody like that and you doing all of this extraness, you got to be ready for whatever happens. Candiace talking about in the car, talking about she'll talk shit all day, but not put her hands on anyone. That's just not the way that works. I'm sorry. That's not.
No,
it doesn't work that way.
In itself, the fact that she thinks you can talk shit to people all day and not get touched.
Exactly, because when you keep on nagging at somebody and you keep on, and so let's say this, okay, based on what we see on the show, it doesn't look like she was doing a lot to Monique. But the fact that Monique has to deal with a lot going off camera that she's not trying to bring on camera, and you're involved in all of these situations, I'm not going to say that was a part of it, but it helped contribute to her frustrations.
Yeah.
You know, and then Karen turned around and got 3 pounds of makeup on the next day, talking about, I don't think I got hit enough to be concussed. Okay.
Okay, Michael, I love your commentary. Again, I'm tempted to give you my number because you're the type of friend I like to talk to offline. You know, you keep it so real.
Thank you.
Monique, just a friend. No, but I love your energy for real. Like, I just love your commentary. You get straight to the point and you speak nothing but facts. Boo.
Thank you.
You're
welcome.
welcome.
I enjoy you guys.
We enjoy you.
You too. We enjoy you.
I'll see you all later.
Bye. Have a great day.
His locks are beautiful. His locks are like.
Oh, he's amazing. He's amazing. Yeah. I'm going to just add Mabel to the stream before we get on.
Mabel, I hope I get on today.
Hi, you guys. I sure did. How Monique? So I know we talked a lot about the fight, and let me just say this: I believe Candiace got what she deserved. You poke the bear gonna bite back.
Yep.
But a lot of people were like, well, so I call him Black Chris and White Chris because we have two Chris's. So Monique's husband said he was embarrassed. When she spoke to him the next morning, he said he was embarrassed by this situation. Okay, that's normal. This is my wife. I don't expect you to do that. He probably didn't expect Candiace to do that. And he has to do what he has to do. But he held her accountable. Whereas White Chris, that's what I call him. I'm sorry, Mr. Bassett, or as I like to call him, Mr. Stalker, allowed Candiace to continue her narrative. She continues to say she's a victim. She didn't do anything. When they showed the clip for next week, she's talking to a therapist, and the therapist says to her, do you feel like you did anything to provoke her? She's like, no. He says, so let's take the physical altercation out. Do you feel like you did anything to cause this situation to happen? No. She has no accountability for anything she's done. You can't say someone has mental issues and is a bad parent and is screwing other men, and that's not, you can't do that.
No.
And not think that people will not come for you somehow. And she constantly plays the part of the victim. She was not crying in that damn car. I don't care what anybody says. All she kept doing was putting up a little tissue to her face like, I can do that too. I can do that too. We all can. I didn't believe that she felt bad about the situation. I think she was embarrassed and felt bad because she got her ass dragged.
Yes.
Period. It has nothing to do with that. And Pastor Holy Whores, you like to call him? It's a little funny to me. They don't seem to interact with each other. Like, they don't even touch each other. They're taking pictures and stuff, and they're not interacting. Like, what is that? Like, when I'm with a man, I'm with a man. I'm going to touch you. I'm going to be up on you. Nothing. He made her drive to Atlanta. He made her drive to Atlanta.
He drove there?
They drove. You didn't see that? They started out driving, and then you see her park up at nighttime because it's dark by then and go into a motel room. She doesn't call to speak to him to let him know. What does she do? She texts him. Hey, Monique, didn't you say that's not a relationship?
That is not Go ahead and quote me, Babel. You better say that again.
So I'm kind of like, there's something, I believe it's fake, but my whole thing is when you're in a relationship, a real relationship, yes, you text occasionally. I get that. But you can rest assured if I've driven all the way from where I stay to Atlanta, I'm going to call you, boo. And you better call me.
You better.
I just don't understand. And I know you got other people, Monica, waiting to get on the, to get in. But first of all, John, I love you. I missed the Ramona week today. And I really appreciate the stuff y'all put out there.
The comments, because like everyone keeps saying, when is John gonna like pop his wig on? I'm like,
I love the wig. I love the wig. And I have to say, I was on Instagram this morning on the Black Socialites page, and it was crazy to see how Chris Bassett he was the first person responding to everything, you guys. I'm like, is he stalking him?
It's weird.
Right or wrong, whatever you believe about somebody blogging or saying about you, he makes some stuff look bad. He does. Like he wants to be a housewife. So I hope y'all have a great day. I love you. See you guys later.
You have a great day, honey. You take care. All right.
You too. Bye.
Let me put Jamal. Let me add Jamal, and then we'll get out of here because Jamal's been waiting a long time. Hey, Jamal. Thank you for waiting.
No problem. Hey, guys. So I'll make this quick. What's up? I'll make this quick. So I'm tired of this whole above it all comment they all make. I'm like this. If you were so above it all, you would not be on reality TV. Let's just start there. Number 2, Giselle and Robin, your claim to fame is being cheated on. You need to stop. You're not above it all. Wendy, same thing. If you're so above this, you didn't sign up for this. Why are you on Housewives? Stop it. Now, for Ray and Karen, Ray sees time different than Karen, and that's part of the issue, and it's due to the age difference. So when they were younger, Karen was about the children, raising the children. So when they got out the house, Ray was expecting to get that time, and he's not getting that time. So in his mind, he's thinking like, baby, like I'm about 20 years older than you. I don't have the normal 20 years with you that someone your age would have. So he's looking at things like my time might be limited, so I want all this time with you. So he was struggling. He was struggling with that. Now the fight where I grew up, East Oakland, we abide by the COVID rule. You give me my 6 feet of personal space, and the moment you lunge at me, I have the right to hurt you. So not saying like Monique was actually correct, but Candiace was egging on, lunging, all this and that. And then for Candiace, how you gonna talk all this shit when Monique left, ratchet ass bitch, blah 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 blah, but then get on the phone with your husband and start crying? Which one are you going to be? Which one? Pick a side, ma'am. Are you gonna be crying the whole time, or are you gonna be like that bitch, that bitch, that bitch? No, stop it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Last thing, love Ashley. Did y'all see how she waited for her first prenup to end before she brought that post up?
I mean, she's a boss. I have a whole new level of respect for that girl.
That was a move. She said, like,
yes.
I think we need a post up for, for me and Dean in case something happened. But then Bravo, with their shady editing, did a flashback when she signed the first prenup, talking about, like, after 5 years. It's gonna expire. Oh my God, no, y'all wrong for that. Oh, so I was crying, and then one more thing with Wendy Williams. Did y'all catch it when Andy asked her about DJ Booth? And she was like, well, a lot of things are new. A lot of things are new. I got 50 on my elephant. She got lashes. I painted her myself. I'm like, I was like, oh, Andy, you wrong for that. But checkmate on that one. Checkmate. But I'm like, good job.
Well, Jamal, according to my girl Tasha K, DJ Booth has a sexual harassment case against Wendy because apparently she sexually harassed. She gets drunk, plays with herself, and sexually harasses her employees.
Right,
but they went on a date though. But Monica, they went on a date. He like took her out on a date willingly.
This was at a house party or something. But did
this
you
was
also
more than one employee, a female, DJ Booth. You know, you still got
No, don't say this. I don't want to cancel Wendy. I'm sad.
But Monica, did you
Suzanne? Was Suzanne involved in this? Wait.
Poor Suzanne.
Her producer.
Love Suzanne.
Quick question, but Monica, did you hear the part where they came out to where all the other people got a nice check? Who are of Caucasian persuasion, but DJ Booth was offered less than what they got. So that's
I didn't hear that part.
Yes,
I know the African American assistant got a hefty settlement. So yeah.
Yeah, I was actually on that live, and she's like, and Tasha was like, yeah, like apparently the Caucasian people got more money, a significantly a lot more money than Booth was offered.
Wait, was Suzanne in this? Because I need to know this like right now. I need the dates like right this second.
I don't think because Suzanne's still working, but I'm pretty sure she's seen a lot of things that she wish she could erase from her mind.
So, yeah, so that was.
Well, you work at Fox. That's what happens. You work at Fox.
Okay, now. Be nice.
Well, yes, but you're not like. Listen,
I did not say that for the record, people.
That was my opinion.
Sweetie, thank you so much for
calling.
Bye, honey. Bye, honey. Talk to you. Can I just add one more because Levon has been waiting forever. Please, guys.
Sure.
Hey, Levon.
Hey, what's up? How are you?
Hi, sweetie. We can hardly hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit better. Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's say a couple of things. I've been waiting.
Oh no.
Sorry, baby. Your internet's freezing. I'm sorry. All right, y'all.
Taglines.
Okay, but before we get to the taglines, can I just do a little housekeeping? Guys, please go subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Bang that notification bell if you're subscribed. And also hit that like button because those likes help us out so much. And when the video's over, comment down below in the chat. All right. Are we doing taglines? DJ, do you have yours?
I want to go last because I have two, and depending on what you guys say, I have to maybe change it around. So I'm gonna I call shotgun last on that one. So.
All right. Who wants to go first? I want to go second to last.
Okay. Y'all are so specific. I guess I'll go first. Why not? Okay, are you ready? I feel like I need music. Okay.
I know, like we like the housewives. There you go.
I might be Muslim, but the real Mecca is right here.
Fancy.
Ooh,
thank you.
I like it.
All right, shall I go next?
Who's it, me?
And then it's just me and my phone because I don't have a family.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay, Monique, you go. You're up next.
If you give me a cocktail, I'll confess to everything.
Snap up, get the snap up out. There we go.
I was landing and it was funny. Oh, it was good.
I love it. Who's next?
Richie, that's you.
You might think I'm all about the mess, but just like Ashley Darby, I'm all about the money.
Ooh. Can we get this like on like a? Can we, Monica? You can like, get us like our intro. Like hold up.
Okay, we'll pull it together. We'll figure it out. Who's next? Who's next?
You are, right?
Don't pull up Denise Richards, Monica. I didn't say that.
I didn't do. Who said that? Remember from Portia Williams? Who said that? Who said that?
Okay, y'all. Here we go. I may be in disguise, but you always know where I stand. Good morning, angels.
Good morning.
Oh, that was a good one.
All right. Yes.
Okay, so I have taken the high road and I have taken the low road, but all roads I travel now lead back to me.
Ooh.
I'm going to hand on hip, and a little Ramona shimmy on that one, and there you go.
That was very Vicky Gomez.
I love you. I mean, I love everybody on this panel, and I really do. But John, I love you too. Hearts.
That was so good. Can you tell us your second one real quick?
No, I'm saving that for next season. So there you go.
You are so crazy.
Yes. Y'all come in the chat. What do you think of our tagline? Come on, y'all. And drop your taglines too. All right, y'all. Today was fight night. Can I play this again? Can I play some music on the way out? Hold on.
Yes.
Some music on, because all right, y'all. That was so much fun.
Hi, guys.
Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
Oh, bye,
Bye, everyone. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Shout out to the mods. Y'all are doing an amazing job. I can't thank you enough. We love you so much. And thank you for everyone that tuned in today. We love y'all. Bye.
Bye, everybody.